was a ballet dancer my beginning of my life, and at about 19 I was diagnosed with arthritis in my hip. And the doctors at that time said, stop dancing, you need to rest, it will get better. And of course you stop moving and then everything gets worse. And a dancer friend of mine said, you need to try Pilates. And I said, Pahoo? And she pulled me into a Pilates class, and I couldn't believe it. I was hooked from the beginning. And it was classical Pilates, and I started doing it, and about 5 years later I became an instructor and started teaching the classical method. And then as I went on, I thought there has to be a little bit more. I was a ballet dancer. I felt like I needed to move a little differently. Loved it and did really well, so I was still professionally dancing and teaching Pilates. And of course that's not enough, so I had to go to school, and I became a dance movement therapist. And at that time I went to a conference, and they were presenting the step barrel, Rael step barrel with the spring attachments. And I took this workshop and thought, this is a brilliant piece of equipment, and I loved the way they cued the body to move and how everything should be much more controlled and precise. And so I left there purchasing this barrel and got it back to my studio and thought, what, there has to be more to do with this. They gave us such a small amount. And I called and found out that Sherry Long, who is BASI Faculty Senior, was in the California area, and I was going to be traveling there. So I set up sessions with Sherry and adored Sherry. And at the end of our weekend together, she said, you really need to meet Rael. And I wanted to know more about BASI and how it all was. And she said, just audit. And I came back to California and audited Rael and fell in love not just with his passion, but with the way BASI encourages movement and the way it blends the science along with the movement. And it made perfect sense to me. And I found this merging between my love of movement in the dance and in the moving way of doing Pilates and in the structured medical way as well, and it became something that just spoke to me, and now I am thriving doing Pilates. The BASI training course is such a wonderful thing because you're not just coming in to learn movements, you're coming into a family that really cares about your education and cares about how you're going to take this further and to be good at doing it. So when you come in, know that they're on your side, that we're all here for you and we're rooting for you to do a great job, not just to learn the material, but to take it in and to make it become part of you. And we're here to help that happen and to facilitate that, so you're not out there suddenly teaching on your own. We are an email, a phone call, a text away, and waiting there to help you and to do anything we can to make your journey spectacular and to make you spectacular at what you're doing.